Good afternoon and welcome to another exciting edition of your all-favorite weekend educative program, Family Life on Adoatv. My name is Obahima Efe. We are in the month of love, festive month where we show love towards our neighbors, our friends, families, and Obibia Obenye. O Christmas no din is saying. Mijidi say nyamiama afe ababeka wonfi ho a aseda ene ayeyi na sene ntontom ne de be ma no ene awie say moja egusi edi efru sane wo minu mienu yentim. We'd like to say thank you to our sponsors, Vena Mineral Water, for all events, occasions, parties, beer, naming ceremony, conferences. They just get in touch with Vena Mineral Water. Also, thanks to Spiffy Clothing for your quality printwears and embroidery. Just get in touch with them. You can get them on all social media platforms at Spiffy Clothing Ghana. Number sort out. We're going for a quick 10-year bar. I'm going to introduce our topic for discussion, and my guest here in the studio to help me do the discussion. Stay tuned, but call a friend, call another friend, family members, relatives to also join and stay glued. You can also log into our Facebook site at Adoatv Ghana. Now also share. Ubet me do comments in so to comment box na say suggestions or questions biano. Fato ho ne be kenkan e dia money na ne hia say be bubu mu no so we'll dive into it. Stay tuned.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Rwandair today. Rwandair, the safest airline in Africa.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240 926 564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emil's Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 05092 57754 020 9494 258 or visit our marketing decks at Stepwork Promises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Rwandair today. Rwandair.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 05092577754, 02094944258 or visit our marketing decks at Stepwork Promises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Rwandair today. Rwandair, the safest airline in Africa.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.
Welcome back, viewers, from the break. It's still your show, Family Life on Adoatv, and my name is Obahima Efe. When it's Sunday like this, I've told you I'm happy to be your screen goddess. You know why? Because this is where we talk about family issues. We educate you, we inform you on things you need to put in place or things you have to have at the back of your mind when you are entering into marriage or when you are in marriage. And I believe so far, no, what picky bibi if you man, we suya bibi, or prepare on herself over kwawari moi. I'm sure you've picked one or two things from the discussions we've been having here. And today we have an interesting topic. Okay, last week topic no. Okay, is marriage a lifetime achievement? Awari no. Adia unya pe as a wa achieving your peso ye na we as mana say a choice. Is it a necessity? And I say a choice. Ya keka ho nsem kakra. Na amanfo bi antinya maybe as ebi nso te ase, but maybe believe at the end of it no, you've been able to pick up whatever you need. Today's topic is very interesting because you can't worry we've always been talking about the couples or the man and the lady involved, but because I said the omashe kana kakra ne pese kan kwala ho asem. Identifying the potentials in children. And then who abobo ne eba bedi wa ha. What for onyanko? Just quickly call your friends, family members, relatives. Normal stay glue. If you are searching on the digital box now, just go to Facebook. No what click what should share Adoatv Ghana. Eba family life no. Ube stay glue or honum. comment box bi wɔ ase. Just pick or questions bi anafa to hɔ no. You be read the amount. Yeah, what say you discuss wɔ hands, you be discuss it, and then we believe say we give you answers to questions our baby bisa. And then me papa, me hu na che. Me hu ne pena che say makoma to me yim. Ai ono ode ne kra message up kra po e ma wase. Why to say obi a minim no. Why na adwin so no de so ye oha nipa adwin ama. Ai why board na sasu e try say obema wasere. Me da me cruise so na say. Sasu, thanks so much. Why? I'm Freddie and Tokwa na eguso ayeye. And na me papa shronko. Papa ohun so wahye fita pe na hye se nkunimdie bi enam kwan so anasa abampo. Reverend Felix Parker Benin. Ewa hanu say. Reverend, welcome.
Thank you.
How is the family?
Grace has kept us.
It's been a while.
Sure. Sometimes it's good to rest.
Hey.
And you guys gave me a leave. It was a very good one.
So you are welcome back.
Thank you.
We've really missed you.
Myself, I've missed them. When I got there, I thought we had gotten to US.
Hey.
So maybe I need to.
Sir. I was say I feel ba na wie yes na ya na nkunimdie ho na ye de.
I can feel it.
Nyame ama de pa bi a che.
Amen.
Enyo bia na nya ne sa and I say.
Adom.
Reverend, today we are talking about identifying the potentials of children. You can't potentials cry. What is it? What comes to mind?
The word potential came from the word potent.
Okay.
Something that is powerful. Something that is great. Something that is worthy of having.
Okay.
So a child has greatness in him or her. And that potent, so you call God omnipotent, all powerful. There is some power, some greatness in a child. So if that thing is within, and we also believe and accept that the psychologist says that a child comes to the world with a blank mind, yet there is a potential within, then that blank mind of that child should be made to be correspond to the potent in, thereby drawing it out to be a blessing as well as a legacy for him and the generation.
So as you said, potential means something that there's power or greatness in it. I'm sure it's not only limited to children, but to everyone.
Everybody.
But because today we are talking about...
Everybody was once a child.
Okay. Okay, so let's look at how we can identify the potentials in children as parents.
Okay, so first of all, every parent, Bible says that we have been given a grace of discernment. Every parent and every human being is blessed with the sixth sense. Scientists
are you sure it's everybody?
Everybody.
Some don't see it too.
Because they've not developed.
Okay.
God naturally has given us 5 senses. Science does not talk about the 6th sense. But biblically, we talk about the 6th sense. With the spirit of discernment. All right? So science says see, feel, touch, taste. All these things are senses or hear. And then we add the 6th one. It's the 6th one that conclusively helps you to identify, because you would add, you can't use only the 6th one. You can also use only the 5. You add.
It works hand in hand.
Hand in hand.
Okay.
Because you have to see you have to hear, and you have to sense or discern.
Okay, so when it comes to identifying it in children, what comes first? Is it the seeing or the feeling?
The seeing would lead you to hearing. It's not all of the signs that will make you hear.
Mm-hmm.
It's the seeing. And we have two English words. Watch, see. They're not the same. When you see,
Yeah.
you see not with your eye, you see with your mind.
Wow.
What is this?
That's your keyword there.
Not the top one.
The black for your car.
So what is it?
That's your locker.
It's my locker.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? You see, you are watching and you're not seeing. You know why you're not seeing? Because your mind is blank towards it.
Mm-hmm.
But if I tell you now, this is the car key.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And it is remote to the car. I can spark the car without sitting in. So because you know other car keys as this. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a hybrid car. I can use this one to spark as well. I can also use it. But now that you know, anytime you see another one, you will see. We don't see with our eyes. We see with our mind. And we watch with our eyes.
But how do I see with my mind?
Good. Whenever you are being taught to know. And when you get to know, it registers on your mind. So when your eye sees it, your mind tells you this is it.
Okay.
In watching, you watch how the things are done. You don't pay attention to it. But it is in the seeing that your mind connects. The mind is not connected with the watching. So there are times your eyes will be open, things will pass, you won't see anything. But when your mind is engaged and you are watching, you see, it registers in your mind. I don't know whether you get it.
Yeah, I do.
Good. So now, when a parent had given birth, you watch your children play. As you watch them play, you should be quick to register early signs. Early signs.
Okay.
Very critical. And if a parent is seeing the child always picking a book reading, it's a sign. And their children, kids tend to observe and then emulate.
Yeah.
So they come back from school, they're like, sit down, everybody, shut up. They're behaving like the teacher. They pick a chalk or a marker and they are working. Say after me, A, B. These are early signs. It is also not absolute that will be the child's profession.
Okay.
But it's a sign leading to something. Every child is talkative. And most children, let me say all children, like playing. It is in the playing you are able to detect the early signs. And that is why you shouldn't be an absentee father or mother. When you miss that season of that child, where you are supposed to help the child develop a mental capacity to build up, to connect to the potential within, the child will overlap and grow beyond where you're supposed to help.
Okay.
So that place, he himself or she herself had picked up something that may destroy his or her life, or could even lead the child on. And there was nobody around to guide and help the child to go through it.
So, Reverend, for instance, where parents are gone to work and then children are behind with their house helps or with their nannies, how do they see the potential?
So you choose your nanny carefully. It's rather unfortunate. I don't know whether it's religion or church that is destroying the fiber of the family.
Okay.
When we were growing, I was raised by my grandmother, an illiterate, who had the sense of education. All right?
Okay.
Mommy was busy and would work. Even after work, she has to do other things and come home late. And she was I call her church mouse. She had triangular life. Home, church, office.
Wow.
Home, church, office. Home, church, office. That's how her life was. And so if you don't see her at home, you would definitely see her at work or at church. These three places. And when she's busy, she'll bundle us and give us to her mother.
Okay.
Choose your nannies carefully. I would want to school my nanny, scrutinize her, interview her. I won't let an organization interview my nanny for me because I know what I'm looking for. And when I realize my nanny is good at a certain stage but not good at the other end, I will help my nanny to help my kids if I'm absent.
Okay.
And I should be able to also supervise when I return. You miss the mark, you open the floodgate for anything at all to help your child draw out or oppress the potential.
Okay. So, Reverend, let's see someone who doesn't have the discernment spirit, okay? And then you see your kids or your children, let's say one of them into singing at the same time. Anytime he or she sees any problem with the radio, telly, he or she wants to operate on it, and the other things too he or she is involved in. Which one would you know that this is it? This is what I need to look up for.
Straight ahead, it tells you your child is a multifaceted child.
But you know they change it.
A child will never do one thing throughout, except that is a potential.
Okay.
But as time goes on, they'll change. My firstborn was in love with keyboard. He started, I didn't want him to learn keyboard by like the way other people learn. I wanted him to master the thing and be able to read music. And when I brought in the music, he quit and moved to drums. From there, he moved to video. So it's gradual, but he's picking everything up.
But don't you think it's something you are imposing on him?
No. In fact, what I wanted him to do was the keyboard. I love strings. But he didn't do it. I have to allow him to do what he wants to do.
Okay.
You understand? Kids explore. And sometimes they are also influenced by peer. And you will have to, that's why you, the parent, will have to be very up and standing to be able to observe. Most traces of you, that of your wife or your parents, will definitely show in your child.
Okay.
All right? So when they begin to do, you will see. And as you see, guide them. Again, don't be critical. Let me ask you a question. If you have a person who gives you anything you want, but will talk about anything you do, will you take anything he gives you? Why? When you become very critical with kids, it would mean that you are trying to impose, and they would get away from you. In guidance, you show interest. Even if the thing is bad, you show interest to guide them. That's the rough tactics about handling children. In child psychology, when you criticize a child, you are killing the potential and driving him or her away. And likelihood is that that child will never come back to that thing that is a dream or a desire to explore. And possibly because they are exploring and you don't know that as a potential, if they stop, you won't even know their potential and they will never come back to it. So show interest by guiding. How do we guide them? Sit down with them. That's why you have to make time for your children. Every parent should have a timetable. And because of the challenge of work, they should run in 10. So in a week, daddy should have a 10 with the kids.
I even wanted us to look at the responsibilities when it comes to dad, mom.
Okay, so let me just highlight this a little bit, then I go. The mother will also come in, but the beauty is that at any point in time, you are observing. Observe the child. Observe the behavior. Observe their talking. Observe the play. All right? And sometimes play along with them. Sometimes just sit down and ask, you tell me a story. And the story should be a story he or she has heard. Or a movie you've watched together. Narrate this movie. You are trying to get their oratory, and some kids are very oratory.
Yeah.
Others, they can't talk, but they are very good in analysis. All right? So you will have to sit with them, and it doesn't come on a silver platter. It won't come one day. It won't come 2 days. It won't come 1 month. It won't come 1 year. But as you go along with them, flow with them, you will get to know exactly what the thing is.
Okay.
It looks difficult. If you don't have the discernment, you have the 5 senses. Use them.
But if you don't have the time, how would you use these senses?
Please, if you don't have time, don't give birth.
Reverend, at times I know more. The pressure, no.
If you don't have time, don't give birth.
But it's not them.
Paul realized that time and nobody will fault Paul for not having a child. Jesus realized that but yet he fathered children. All right? If you don't have time, because children need more time than you, the adult.
Okay.
So give them the time. It is in giving that parenting is realized.
Okay.
Otherwise, you are a producer. You are not a parent. It is the time you spend
with them.
Because when you spend time with them, you get to know what is wrong with them. That would prompt the care you give to them. And in care, you provide as well. All right? So don't be a producer. Forgive me for the producers of the program. But I'm talking about producer of a program. I'm talking about producer of babies without taking good care of them. You need time.
Okay, so Reverend, let's look at the responsibility, starting from the man. As a father, what's your responsibility when it comes to child's potentials?
In Psalm 127 rather, Bible says that a man has his quiver full. It said children are gifts and a heritage. So the first thing a man should know is that a child of your lineage or a child adopted is a heritage. All right? That child is inheriting you. And that child is a blessing in the future. That's the first thing. Then he says that as arrows in the hand of a warrior, so is a child. All right? What do a man use an arrow for? He was using a hunter. All right. Then he says his quiver is full of the arrows. The hunter goes to hunt with a bow and arrow, and his arrow, the quiver, the bigger it is, the more the arrows. The smaller it is, the smaller the arrows. So in Bible school, we were taught that that particular quiver speaks of family planning. If your quiver is big, your arrows are big. Your arrows are more. Your quiver is small, your arrows are a small quantity. So the man, and Bible says that a man, like arrows in the hands of a warrior. The role of the father is to aim. No warrior, if you like, or a hunter shoot an arrow aimlessly, because he has about 6 or 7 of the arrows. He should come home with an antelope. So he won't just sit and just shoot the arrows. So the aim of the man is to aim at the bull's eye. But how do you aim? You have to see the bull's eye in the eye of the child. Where is the child going? What do I see him growing into? Then you, the man, as you can see from the child, not what you desire, what you can see. Because if you go to the forest and you don't see an antelope, you don't throw an arrow.
Sure.
So until you see. So when you see, then your role is to now aim the arrow. The arrow is the child. So all your resources, all your energy, all your wisdom, anything you have is aiming in the child to the bull's eye.
But that's the case. This man doesn't even have time. Whatever African it shoots arrow, and now he wouldn't even see it.
Then you are not a father. You are a producer. And if you're a mother, you have time, then you are not a mother. You are an industry. So, the aim is a man's job. So he has to now go and look for resources. He has to now find and create a conducive atmosphere. And trust me, everything in life is atmosphere. You miss atmosphere, you don't advance and do anything. So once the man is aiming, his mind is, what do I do for this child to get to what I see in him or her? Then the woman also helps the man to lift this child to where they belong. When the man fails to see where the child ought to be, trouble is in the house. So most of the recalcitrant children, most of the, how do you call it, armed robbery and social vices and the deviant children we see are as a result of the absentee father. Where the mother also was not strong enough to have learned something to implement when the father is absent. And thereby parenting fails. Anytime parenting fails, the future of the child is bleak. Because the amount of information, instruction needed to collaborate with the potential is missing. So the child explores, and wherever there's a game we used to play. So they just walk and try anywhere, because and when we form a circle with our hands held very firmly, and you are hitting, and I don't want you to break, I'll make sure you hit, it won't break. All right. So in be a low, then they'll hit hard, then it doesn't break. In be a low, they hit hard, and they will do this until they find the weakest link to break through. But by the time they find the weakest link, they are almost old, because daddy was absent, mom was absent, and unfortunately, the grandparents are also absent, because parents ignored their parents. Father and mother have ignored their parents, and as a result, the child has no link to their grandparents. The child goes to the streets. So we have what we call streetism, and it's becoming worrisome to our nation.
Okay, we'll come to that. Let's also look at the responsibility of the wife or the mother.
The wife is, first of all, right from the womb, the wife is the nurture of their potential. Her eating, her ideology, the amount of information that she imbibes helps her to also guide this child. The child will feed the mother's breast. 9 months in the mother's womb, 1 year if a man at the mother's breast. So 1 year or 9 months. So the first work of the mother is to feed the potential by speaking to the child. Confidence is derived from motherhood at the lap of the nursing mother, by how the mother speaks to the child, by how the mother cuddles the child, by how the mother herself carries herself. Then when the child is a toddler, the child imitates the mother before the father. It is at this critical point that the mother will have to be very, very careful not to be careless. Because their potential will feed on something. The child sees the mother doing something. You see, there's a way I try to get or guess the lifestyle of church members at home. I normally will sit down with the children, the Sunday school children, and I'll tell you what happened at home. And they can tell you everything, and you know what happens and what is happening in the house. All right? If you go to visit a church member and you see the child sitting down trying to paint their lips and doing some eyeshadow, you can easily tell where she picked that thing from.
At times it's not from the make it be neighbor technology.
But somebody has done it. It means in the settings of the home or wherever the child goes often, the child is imitating. So the mother, at the tender age where you're supposed to quickly notice signs, that is when the mother should be well disciplined, because first imitation is come from the mother. Again, the mother should also not be too quick to beat. How should beating go with speaking? Then you hit the child's hand. It kills potential. Number one. If you want to beat a child, as young as they are, it will interested to know that a child as young as 1 year old can hear if you talk. In fact, even if they are clots, they still can hear if you speak to them in the womb. So why do you beat the child? I am not advocating not beating children because I stand for it.
Yeah. But it's not always that.
It's not always. Yeah. You should know when to talk to a child. You have to master the art, A-R-T, because there are skills involved. All right, and master the principle, because there are what do you call it? Science involved. All right, and if you master the principle and the skill of talking to a child, your child will love you.
Okay, so Reverend, whereby a mother is always seen beating or using items and stuff to throw at the kid when beating, or because if a local, so she wants the child to correct that thing. Would it also affect the child's potential?
First of all, it's a child abuse. You don't do. You see, if a mother is frustrated by so many things, especially when she's a single parent, or the husband is really not coming home or not fetching money, they get frustrated and they vent the frustration,
which is bad.
Very, very bad. All right, very, very bad. And you see, our systems are not being patronized. Social welfare is not only for children and wayward children. It's also for married people. If you go there, they will teach you what to do. All right, and we should also learn to visit the clinical psychologist. If you know you are under stress and deeply depressed, look for help.
At times they don't even know. So how would they even look for the help? And
somebody around you should know.
Some too, you prompt them and they are not ready for it.
It's because they are arrogant.
You know why? Because I'm saying this. I've been a personal testimony about some of these things. There are some homes I have visited, and at times the woman will pass a comment like "umbume," and so and you could see clearly that because of the woman's behavior, the child is not ready to succumb to what the mother is saying, but he will rather listen to what outsiders will say or what the father would say.
Sure.
This is the time that the father is not even with them. But the father could call on phone and command the guy and he's...
Exactly.
But the mom, oh, no way.
It's because, you see, familiarity also sets in. There is a way you would speak to your child. And you see, when you are telling your child, don't watch TV, and then every day you're watching TV, you have broken the front.
Okay.
The child will not respect you. You tell the child, sleep at 8 p.m. and you sleep after 12. When the child has woken up to go away and you are still watching TV or doing something else, you're breaking the front.
Okay.
All right. If you are, that's what I told you, imitation. Don't tell them do something that you don't do. When you bring a law in the house, it's not for the children alone, because you are raising potentials. It's for everybody.
Reverend, this okay, let's take like you have a program you want to watch, an important program.
Watch with them.
And it's a late program.
Then don't watch it at all. And thankfully, all the TV stations have a Facebook account. If it's late, go and sleep. The next morning, buy data and watch.
No, Reverend. Reverend, no. No.
You see, you should be able to discipline yourself to an appreciable level where your children will accept you for who you are.
So because of them, you have to...
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Hey.
They are the reason why...
But at times, it also ease stress on you.
Like?
As in, you want to watch a program, you've closed from work,
yes,
and then you've come home very late. And you have a program you want to watch just to while away time or to ease tension or stress.
Yeah.
He or she wants to watch telly at that time.
Yes.
I can ask the person to go and sleep.
So what you do is that if you want to watch that program, let them go and watch cartoons.
Even if it's 12 midnight.
Then don't watch it.
Oh, Reverend.
Because even you yourself, 12 midnight that you want to watch the program, when will you wake up and go to work the next morning? It's a simple mathematics. If you watch program at 12 midnight, at least it's 1 hour program. At least 30 minutes. At most 1 hour beyond. So granted, you'll be sleeping after 1. When will you wake up and go to work next morning?
No, but Reverend, I am grown.
Yes.
I've gotten all that I have.
Yes.
And this is
where the challenge lies. Because you are thinking about yourself.
No, I'm not thinking about myself.
No.
I'm thinking about the children. That's why I'm asking them to go and sleep.
Yes. You see, if you can let them sleep and sleep well and come back, fine. And make sure they will not wake up to see you watching.
Hey.
Because it's an upfront. Yeah, it's an upfront. It's an upfront to them and to yourself.
Oh.
Yeah. It would that's how children don't respect. Because you are telling them to do something that you are doing. Like a father who is a chain smoker that is asking the son never to smoke. You won't get it. It's not me. It's, if you think I'm lying, ask all of them. Ask any parent, they will tell you. And a child also learns disrespect from friends as well as movies. So that's why it's good to watch TV and programs or movies with your kids. And I do it a lot. The movie I won't watch, you won't watch.
So you have to go and sleep.
Yes.
Hey, you will sleep. Then I can have my time.
Otherwise, no TV.
Hey.
You can go and read. No TV. If you don't feel like sleeping, go and read. Then no TV at all. It's as simple as that. That's the rule in my house.
Hey.
Yes. If you don't feel like sleeping, I won't force you. Then no TV. And I'll take your phone from you. Yeah, to the kids.
But to you,
no,
you can.
I'll watch. The TV is off. If you don't feel like sleeping, the TV is off. I will look for something else and do.
Hey.
You see, we don't live for ourselves.
That's the discipline you have taken.
That is the way to go. That's the way I saw my mom doing. That is what has made me what I am today. And that's what I want to see in my children. In fact, it was my grandma who raised me. That's how my grandmother, we didn't have TV. She would go to the farm, from farm to the market. And when she comes from the market, straight to the kitchen, from kitchen to bathroom. And by the time she finished going to sleep, you should be sleeping or ready to sleep with her. She wouldn't sleep for you to be outside. No. And in my days, there was no, the light we had in our home was a street light, where we all gathered at the street light. So in our home, there was no light. We used bubu and osono, and then lantern. And if grandma is going to sleep and the kerosene should go, or the kerosene is little, so that should go, then it means we are going to sleep.
Yes, but you can sleep while maybe she's not asleep.
I can lie down not sleeping. Sometimes I lie down, I'll be counting, and where I lie, I can see the sky. Oh yeah, where I lie, I see the sky. I can see the sky, and I'll be counting the stars. Now I fall asleep. No, it's not the way to go.
No, because okay, let's look at this example where you know at times when food is being dished out.
Sure.
Daddy has a lot of meat.
Sure.
On his food, and you have some queer 1B. If a child should say that, Mommy, why are we giving Daddy plenty? So why don't you also give me plenty?
It's not wrong.
It's not wrong.
It's not wrong.
Hey.
If the child says that, Mommy, you give
okay,
Daddy...
so you need to explain to the child.
Exactly. It's not wrong. In fact,
So
when you
just as
see,
you need to explain to the child, don't you think it will also be like that when it comes to
yes,
TV watching?
so
So I explain to you, go and sleep.
no, no,
Your
no.
time is up. I've given you up to 8
Yes.
p.m. to
Yes.
sleep.
Yes.
It's past 8, so you
Yes.
have to go and sleep.
Yes.
It's now daddy's or mommy's turn to have a
If you can
privacy.
do that, praise God.
Okay.
But the tendency of the child thinking and realizing that mommy and daddy are not doing it well is high. God, they are not children. No. What do you think is a child's talk? It's not a child's talk. They are not children. They can see and know and observe everything you are doing. They understand everything. Even the coded languages we've been using, they know all. You understand me?
Technology.
I'm telling you. All right. So the best is grow with them. Let them trust you. The whole ball game about you disciplining yourself is for your kid to trust you. The one that he says this, he means it. When mommy says this, she means it. If you don't let them trust you, that is when they begin to disrespect.
Okay.
And if it stays longer, they get hardened up and they can blow it off.
Okay.
Every human being has the potential of being rude. What checks us is the knowledge of grace inside us. And if you miss that one, you will also be rude.
Okay, so how would you describe parent-child relationship?
It should be cordial.
How?
It should be loving. It should be more of brother or a sister thing. It shouldn't be of daddy child.
Okay.
At every stage, you graduate your child. All right. So the child now is if a child is a toddler, maybe you are a mother. If the child is a what do you call it, a nursery, you are a teacher. If your child is in JHS, you are becoming a friend. When you're in SHS, you are a friend. When they marry, they are siblings. If you don't graduate, you would force them back into their shell. And that is the skill parents fail to learn. If you fail to learn that one, you will bottle them up or make them misfire. Otherwise, make them work off tangent of their potential.
Okay. Okay. So, Reverend, let's see this one too. As we talked about the father identifying the child's potential. Now, I belong to a home where we have bankers, lawyers, the professionals in there. And I come out like, acting. Should they allow me to do it?
They should. They'll fight, but they should. Because there's a prestige in the family they want to protect. But under normal circumstance, you shouldn't fight anybody's potential. Because we Africans tend to look down certain professions.
Why do you think so?
Because of the white man's orientation to us.
Okay. So aside that, there are some professions that are not fetching money, because I'm sure some parents look at the future.
It doesn't fetch money in Ghana.
Yes, in Ghana, and we are in Ghana. So we are in Ghana. So we are talking about Ghana.
So we will also pray that you should grow into the political circles and change some policies to help almost everywhere.
So in this case, would you have to teach the person how to survive on that, or you have to still groom the person?
You have to groom the person. It was in 1992, 93 when I heard the former president, Jerry John Rawlings, talked about Vision 2020 when he was implementing JHS. All right, thinking that by the time 2020 will come, we would have had skillful people that need not to work in government institutions, They should be able to have good engineers, good architects. I mean,
in all sectors.
Every sector. And all these things should be well paid job. If you go to the US, a comedian fetches. Even cleaner.
Because you get to work with some whites. I remember my former company like this, for instance. It's a white company, okay, but they have blacks as the managerial side when it comes to Africa. And you get them telling the white people that Adoatv, let's say, for instance, 5,000. And then the blacks, the Ghanaians will tell them, no, 5,000 is too much. So pay either 1,000 or 1,500. And
that one is the greedy aspect of a human being. And mind you, every human being is greedy. It depends on where you find yourself at what season.
Okay.
All right. And it is the greedy aspect that makes us respond to adverts. All right. Every human being is greedy. And when a man is unable to manage his greediness, and they want to maintain their position to always amass wealth, they would do whatever it takes to look down on others, write on others, to maintain. And that's what happens in things like this.
Okay.
And if you do this to your child, we have forgotten one thing, that we grow into seasons, and seasons also catch up with us. Very soon, okay, thank God, Adoatv is a newly formed TV. But in some 10, 20 years to come, you'll be seeing me here again. Somebody else will come. And somebody who is more gracious with deep insight will come. And my season will pass. The thing parents fail to note is that their season will soon pass. And that is why parenting is so beautiful. Parenting is passing on legacies to children to move to be also pass it on to their children, so that whatever you desire to be in the near future, your children would even be more, will be it and more. But unfortunately, we are so greedy. We are so busy. We are so unconcerned. And I like the way the British put it. We are heartless when it comes to raising and parenting children. That we don't sit down to note and notify or notice what is inside them, to want to help guide, grow, and mature it. May the Lord help us.
Amen. So we are too heartless. Parents are more abundant. Have this at the back of your mind that marriage journey is a shared responsibility and not a liability. I hope let me ask you this. Do you know your responsibilities? Have you left your responsibilities, or you are still contemplating on it? Stay tuned. We're going for a quick turn. When we come back, the show continues.
Announcements on Adoatv. Contact Adoatv for your general announcements, proclamations and publications, job vacancies, etc. at a very affordable rate. Call 050-92-57754, 020-9494-258, or visit our marketing desk at Stepwork premises. Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
From the break, it's still your show Family Life on Adoatv, and my name is Obahima Efe. This is Family Life. We educate you, we inform you on things you have no knowledge about when it comes to marriage. And I near nimdia wa honso ubu weni guso. Anya say adie we was so ofa ho bibi and now ye ho bibi, but ubu weni guso. Ye kasa nsem we nyina se na ebe ya ubetimi ahwe no wakorete wo waware mu se na ebe ya ware no ebe de ede ama yina. I told you that marriage journey is a responsibility and not a liability. Obiara responsibility when it comes to marriage. It's not only about mema nkwa. Mbana mo sorry anamu de adesu na esu mema enyo mo nkwa. Shared responsibility. You have your duties, he has his duty, nkwala nso wo mu duties. And then we are talking about identifying the potentials of children. Nkwala no mbana ye wo mo no. Potentials na wo mu no. We hu say akwala no panyum to. Akwala no sorry na osa. I say agrobi kekana ana utina se hwese no ade we na me hu say akwa we oya otum ye ne shronko. You know, at times even in school when you go for their terminal report or their end of term exams omo subject no mo ye na obo say no pass or music mu na ne aka ni na 00 ye be hwe akola ne sa say boy ye nti ase aye na maths English science social wanya ade wom na music and R&B now ya ade wom akola ni potential no so e bia na ye nhwe ne sa e bia ye Ghana sitina ne so na ma ye sa and welcome back Reverend. Let's look at how we can groom the potentials so na be akola ni betimi living on it to grow right from at what age. Okay, so let's look at what age should parents start grooming the kids or the children of their potential too.
As soon as the child begins to talk.
Okay.
When I say talk, I'm not saying like making meaning of when the child sounds a word from their mouth. Ma, da, or the child begins to crawl. All right. The father or the mother or the parent or the guardian should create a conducive atmosphere. One, encourage hobbies.
Okay.
That's one thing we don't do in Africa. You don't know the hobby of the children. It's always, hey, come for a book, no. Hey, why your homework?
It's not their fault now. The economy we find ourselves with.
Bring your homework.
Tax Kenny.
Of your homework.
Yakaseni.
And you see, you tend to say yakaseni, and you don't even know what ni kase. You understand?
Yeah.
So encourage hobbies. Let them in our days we were made to read. All right. And till date, and I don't like math. Even though if you teach me, I understand. And if you give me work, I'll do. But I won't sit down to take a math work.
Me, I won't even do it.
And work it.
If you teach me, it won't even go. But if it's about reading, science, yes. But
You see,
must.
But anything science, physics, even if you don't teach me, I am going for it. You see, anything reading. I used to read the first day I saw the word Weltanschauung. Is a German word. It is spelled with W. It simply means worldview. It was granite. Yeah, in those days they
paper.
And I had eaten the granite, so I opened the paper and I wanted to read. I saw that thing. So I saw Weltanschauung in a paper, granite paper, and I could read what they call it, a paper, a half-ton paper, and still try to make meaning of what, because you won't get the whole story. All right. So encourage hobbies. Sit them down. Let them play. Draft, ludo, drawing, singing. Give them the opportunity. If you don't do it, it's in there. It won't show forth. It will show forth at the day when it's too late to nurture it.
Okay. Reverend, please hold. Please, our phone lines are open, so you can call in to add your voice to whatever we are discussing here. Reverend.
And when you encourage the hobbies, help creativity. There are times, pick a plain sheet of paper and put it down and sit down. So all of you draw me. Look at what they would do. Or you say, you stand there, talk like your teacher. Or move all of them outside, get a football, let's play. Create the environment and then help them. Aside that, get to know their analytic abilities. Give them work and ask them to tell you back. Or give them work and tell them to write a report on it. Especially when the child is in class 3, 4, 5, going to class 6. Let them know how to report, not verbally, written. Give. Parents are like, hey, phone, give my phone. You won't buy the child a tablet, a laptop. And the only way the child is exploring with IT is your phone. And then they'll add, then they'll add that one. Can you hear me? Of the phone. Then they'll add that one. But that is the only opportunity for the child to learn something on IT. You are not creating an environment. You are not providing.
I think this particular, I wouldn't even cut you short, but quite recently I was with one of my colleagues at her place. She wanted me to do some pizza for her. And I said, okay. So when I went there, I told her the things she should get for me, which she did. When I went there and they saw, one of the child said, auntie, pizza too, you add carrots. And I'm like, yes. No. Said, okay. Just wait and see how it goes.
Exactly.
You know, when you're doing something, you should have your uniqueness in it.
Exactly.
So you just hold on. Let me finish. Not knowing they had gone on YouTube to learn about that. So if I had done something bad
differently,
they'll quickly have noticed me or disgraced me that, hey, auntie, Oleni FM show. By the end of it, they enjoyed.
So there are times you have to bring the children, and I like what is happening lately because in the schools, primary school, class 2, class 3, class 4, they are doing they're cooking.
Yeah.
All right. So it is creating the environment and helping them. Sometimes there are times you need to also force the child. Because the Bible says, train up the child the way he should go. All right? And that means what the child desires. Not train up the child the way you want them to go. So what the child desire, what the potential is, train up the child the way he should go. So he desires to go this way. So your training should be on how the child is going. So look for it. Look at the strength around it. Look at the informations, the knowledge, and what at all that the child need to help the child move there. Sometimes send them on excursion. Lately, because of kidnapping and whatever, people don't go to excursion nowadays.
Okay, maybe we'll have a caller.
Okay.
Hello.
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 Hello, madam.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, madam.
Please, your name.
My name is Solomon. I'm calling from Pakistan.
Okay, Solomon, please go ahead.
I want to ask Reverend, in a place where you come from, a family where your father and your mother was farmers.
Where your father and mother is no words.
They are all farmers.
They are old timers.
Farmers.
They are all farmers. Okay.
No, that's my grandmother.
Okay.
And then after school, you go to the farm. After school, you go to the farm.
Okay.
And then after the farm, you're tired. You come to sleep. You sleep as early as 8. So, and the next morning, you are going to the farm again. How can your parents identify the presence?
Okay. Okay.
Did you hear that one?
Yeah.
Just two farm, and maybe 10 days extra. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you too. So he's asking that whereby both parents are all farmers and each day you have to go to the farm. By the time you come back, you are tired. You are off to bed the next day. Like it's a routine thing. How would they identify your potential? Or how would your potential even come out?
In the first place, that one is the child labor. And number 2 is an abuse on the child's right. Oh, yeah. Because you send your child to the farm and then they come back at the time they can't go to school. You are abusing their right. It is selfishness. Then the parents are using the child to make money, and it's wrong.
But Reverend,
Yes.
in the case whereby they go to school and then after school they go to the farm, like just like that. So
that was
you
the
go
same
to the
thing I
farm,
did.
You come back,
That's the
you're
same thing I
tired.
did. I grew up with my grandmother.
Okay.
Because my mother was in Accra and I was in my hometown.
Okay.
All right. So I grew up with my grandmother. And my grandmother, you will go to the farm. It was weekends. And weekdays, we will have to go at dawn. And when I go there, what I do is that I carry the farm, implement. And then the pan with her. She does the work and I carry the things back. All right, because it was my grandma, so she wasn't exploiting me.
Okay.
But if you happen to live with someone who wants to use you, my first instinct will be do some vigorous exercise to build up muscles, if you can, because that would be your only savior. If you don't do that, then you'll be tired almost every time. But it's also not the best for a child to get tired in the morning before going to school. If you do that when they go to school, they can't learn anything. You understand me? Number 3, this head. You don't need to carry load on the head as tender as a child is. You are destroying the faculties. And that is what we don't know. And that is why our youth, no matter what you teach them, it looks like it's not sinking. Because they carry load on their head, selling in the streets. The guy will say, Eba, hold your mouth. The heat under the thing as you carry. And the weight your neck, your brain damage.
Hey, there's nothing you can do about it.
That's why I won't even go there.
Because you see, at times, she can bear. You're coming from,
let me tell you what,
a low key.
Do you know Americans sell like we sell?
Yes.
Do you know how they sell?
No.
They hang the thing in a box, and the thing is on their neck to their chest, and the thing is in front of them. They don't carry it on their head.
You know, crap, but still, if I put weight, feel yeah.
It's better than carrying on your head.
But, Reverend.
Oh, if you go to American stadiums,
Ghana, what are you
if you go to UK stadiums,
what are you going to carry at that side?
On your chest. Oh, the thing looks like a rectangle or a box, or a box, and then they use rope to tie at the four ends, and then that rope is tied on your neck down to your back.
How the China people
exactly.
Okay. But Reverend, how would people see the things inside? You know, they have trained themselves to that side, so
they will see.
Are used
and you
to
see,
it. But Ghana,
no. They research to realize that the head is so delicate that you cannot put pressure on it. So instead of selling on your head, sell with your chest.
Then this Kaya people are suffering.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes, that is why even when this NGO people try to bring them out and try to help them to learn trade, it is still difficult for them to learn the trade.
Okay. Remember, we have a caller.
Yes.
Hello, Razak.
No.
Yes, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Razak. Hello, Razak.
Yeah.
Razak, I am not hearing you at all. Razak, please, can you position yourself well?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah. The children are from school, they are supposed to do the homework. If you catch, you tell them that the mother will say, you have done it. You are going to do the thing. Then you do it. Secondly, it's kind of time, if you are talking to the children, the mother needs to ask on top of the children. You care about you. So that if you are speaking to the children, the mother will take issue about condoning you that you are not giving them money. So it lets the children, if you are talking to the children will not hear you.
Producer, we are finding it difficult a bit to really understand.
I think the lines are a little faulty. It looks very muscled. It's either he has face mask on or something, because the words are muscled.
Yeah.
We can't really hear what he's saying.
Okay, so Reverend, what's the importance of this identifying your child's potential?
It's to make the child independent and make the child relevant when they are adults.
Okay.
Because there are children that looks irrelevant. They can't fit in society because they have no potential. And they are only following what they are taught in school. And they are just working. And when it happens that we don't work with joy. And most also, even though they miss their potential, they try to build a career for themselves. All right?
Yeah.
But the career itself is when they are going to work, they feel so stressed because that is not what they want to do. And I've known many people that were bankers that will have to stop banking to do other things in their flourishing. Others were teachers, they have to stop. Like we know of this lady, Ohima Messi. Ohima Messi was a teacher. Yeah, she was a teacher. And she was teaching in classroom, and she decided to follow her potential. and gracefully she met a man at a studio, at a radio station, and this guy that guy is the husband now. And look at what she's doing now. She's built her own TV stations and she's making strides.
Okay.
All right. And she was a people teacher.
Okay.
So it depends on how you if you don't get the importance of the potential, you would kill people, and they can become relevant in life.
Okay. So Reverend Razak's issue, the caller, he said, in his home, the kind of job he does is a bit of stress. So when he comes back from home and from work, he makes sure he asks the kids if they are done with their homework, and they are like, yes, the response is positive, they are done. But it got to a point in time, I think he had challenges with work, so he was now home. And then he keeps asking them, are you people through with your homework? They are like, yes, with the support of their mom, not knowing. When he goes to check, they haven't done their homework. And there's a problem he's having with the family there. We have a caller, so before you come in. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Please, your name?
I'm Victor.
Victor, please go ahead.
Okay. The doctor was saying something. Can I speak to you?
Yes. Pacho, feel free. Why?
Okay. Doctor no be say I did see how you so and I say the way how my now so I did back when we was there. I was say see a friends are proposing a different. What do you see? If you are for baby and over the we are the boy black you any omude no entimi fa. And I say the omu culture no di ba e di emu no and the man you ma be great town African here. And now how the bread buy so. And say chest no chest no any way to say omude no and any man na we be so chest no so no so pampas no be bread no ma do na so uti no chest no to me fa. And I will be in the store and every pampas store. And I will be sharing family. What do you say? And so decided to say, yeah, you a chest better than say, but you had India. The friend of you. And you were. Or not to I say, you think you can different. Come on with it.
The patch of Victor Menko. Victor, what's you mean?
Yeah, with you.
The patch when we nipa drink Canada.
And nipa drink.
And only Canada.
That be one the Canada.
Come some business say. Bibini drink color, any Bruna drink color. Difference between the room.
Difference in me now so.
When baby. Osia dia enye boni o. Basade na oso na mu du. Na se tawa ha wadwin. Esa ha wo spine. Enti obetimi aso ade by say ade no emu ha. Enti sa ade no fa ba obo. What you say? Aha. Men ka say no nti men ton ade o pempem so nde me ma ton ade sa abre. What you say? Oko Opera Square. Na me ton rubber bag. Minim so oboda so ton bi o wa. Rubber bag ye kura plywood mienu. Ane paper. Me paper be shim. Na plywood na bon. Na me kura say the rubber bag no nyefi. Na na ye ton. Ma ton trapia. Ma ton bread crumbs. Ma ton sweet bad. Ma ton sapo.
When you
dey na mesia. What you say? But me tell say ejuma no wo ya eye na mom emma ade emu odu so ensua enfa nchinchin because ebe how adwen.
You. It's Victor Reverend on your doctor why or your counselor.
Me da say wunti me bo doctor degree.
Reverend, we are wrapping up. We are almost far behind time.
Yeah. When you create environment for people, you should have strict supervision. That is what the guy didn't have. He's created an environment for the kids to learn, but he had little supervision.
Okay.
Bring your homework. Or have you done your homework? No. Strict supervision, but don't be too critical. In other words, don't give room for laziness.
Okay.
Or for lazing about. for a potential to come out, it's like digging the ground for gold. You need mental strength to supervise the child, guide the child, and love the child for the child to bring it up.
Okay. Inti, me jidi se mu na mo sua bibi. Ene dwumedie no. Eya disua. Ni se ye che ya adwen. Reverend nka say mensua de wa pampam, but ni dru no. Ni dru no. And then please parents, let's try to look out for the potentials in our children and help groom them to grow with it. Because oh yeah, the boy wan kasa ho. That should be any esini ya, esi won so ye. I would like to say thank you to my crew, Anfred, Manyereji, Sasu, Jonah, Uncle, Danny, Anthony Z. Blanksing, and the rest. Thanks so much. And to my sponsors, Thanks so much. Something extra more. And we need more sponsors to come on board. Not one we not one yet thing. You just get in touch with us. Na yen sorting out and I also want to say a belated birthday to Kweku Wadi, and to my viewers, a happy and then a Merry Christmas in advance to all of us. The other 2 years, I'm for fun support for fun.